temple? No, I shall not discuss my religion with you. Okay. I am in the temple, though. Unless you're saying that you're of the Temple of Nine Divines. Okay, twin lamps. Wait, what? So you figured out the college's little secret. Don't look so surprised, of course I know. But I wouldn't tell a soul. I am Dunmer, but the chainmongers hold none of my loyalty. Oh, shit! Wait, what? The College of Firewatch is a front for the twin lamps? What? How did I think? When we had last left the Nerevarine, well, they finally wrapped up the Mages Guild in the illustrious imperial town of Firewatch. It was there that they were tasked with traveling out to find some information and deal with a Jivalai who was often a go-between for the guild there, and it was there at the Jivalai's domain that they learned of an even more powerful threat, some sort of Yashah's dwelling dude, or no, it was Yashah's, and they dwelt within Yashah's as well in a big old pyramid that looked not unlike some sort of Mayan temple. And they were there, and they were pissed, and frankly, they were dispatched pretty easily. There was also a strange naked lady who was there and trapped, and the Nerevarine freed them, and then she disappeared. Now it's time perhaps to set their sights on other things aside from the Mages Guild. This is the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, Tamriel Rebuilt. This is Morrowind Mondays. Welcome back. Zoop. There we are. Now, as I alluded to, maybe we should consider dealing with some of the stuff that we've already got, like, ticking, right? Because in doing these Mages Guild quests, we got, right, the gems. We could go back and check in with Manuel, but I don't think Manuel is ready yet. There's also the College of Firewatch, which maybe we should do next. And also, like I talked about, there was the naked lady. We could go look for Mjording in Gah Sadrith. I think someone even wrote in last week. A gentle viewer wrote in saying that that was one of their favorite quests in Tamriel Rebuilt. Gah Sadrith is... Isn't that Port Telvanus? What is Gah Sadrith? Isn't that Port Telvanus? Hadn't we just been there? What is Gah Sadrith? Do I have it as a topic? I think that's it. I think it's Port Telvanus is also Gah Sadrith. No? Let me take a peek here. Okay, let's do a quick save. And before we bother going all the way out, let's go back. Let's backtrack a bit. And we'll check out what the name of this place is. I'm pretty sure... Oh, am I going the wrong ass way? Okay. I don't know. I forget. Okay. Yeah, I am going the wrong ass way. We'll head back out of here. I'm like 80% sure that the name of that place is also Gah Sadrith. I'm just going around in loops, huh? Some say it loops forever. Okay, and then let me shrink this so I can find my way back over there. Pin it as well. No, fuck, I don't have enough juice. That's fine, we don't need it. Okay. Port Telvanus. Yeah, Gah Sadrith.
It lies across the bay on Llaron Isle. Teldaris dominates the town, and is the tower of Mistress Eldel. The market offers a reasonable selection, and the Whetstone Tavern serves good mazte, but there's no real reason to go there. If you're still inclined to visit, you can take the river strider standing at the dock.
Ah, this is Gah Sadrith. Gotcha. Okay, so let's reload back into the current timeline now that we've done some, like, alternate universe scouting. Do you think it's worth the trip over there? Do you think? I mean, it fucking could be, right? It fucking could be. Do we want to bother to go all the way over? I'm down for it. Here, I'm gonna like drop this right here. I'm just gonna drop it. Actually, you know what? I'll drop it by the Mages Guild. Poke over here. And since we're probably not going to use the Boots of Capacity, it's something for like Volume 3. We'll drop those as well. Oh yeah, the robe. Okay, that's good.
I don't...
So what's our best course of action to get over there? Because the ships here... We already found out that the ships here don't go where the hell we want. Who's the shipmaster again? I'm consistently forgetting. Is it you? Oh, shit. Oh, God. I'm the dumbest man alive. Fuck. Okay. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Yeah. Sadrith Mora, Nevalis Helnum. Helnum and Nevalis.
Oh, it's you.
Where is
Can I help
Nevalis
you?
again? Nevalis is way up here. Maybe we can go to Helnum and then take a strider or something. I forget if Helnum has a strider, but it might.
May I help you?
I have such difficulty getting across Darvonis Mirage. Oh, fuck. Okay. Do they have a strider here? If they don't have a strider, we're fucked. I forget if they do. Oh, they have a different ship. Oh, no, never mind. They don't. I fucking lied, man. Maybe the Telvanni town nearby has a strider? I don't hear one like go. Oh shit, maybe they got a river strider or some shit. Oh yes. Maybe they have a river strider that goes deeper into Telvanni territory. There's a regular silt strider. They may not have a river strider. Okay, let's see. You get me any further inland? Tel Muthada and Ranyan Run. Which one is deeper inland? Ranyan Run is probably the fucking ticket, dude. Yes.
Where would you like to go?
Okay. And then can I daisy chain travel? Teluwada or Tel Gilan? I think those are further out, right? Didn't we just come from Tel Gilan? Where's Teluwada? Teluwada, maybe we could chain off of Teluwada by way
Why
of
walk when you can
Strider.
ride?
Or a River Strider, even. Do they have a River Strider in Ranyan Run? No. No, I don't think so. Let's go to Teluwada. Oh, yeah, look at that River Strider over there. Now, do you happen to do it while I'm here? No.
Where would you like?
Okay. And there's also a ship. Where the fuck does the ship go to? Or is it not even one I can take? I can go. It goes to Bal Oira? What the fuck is Bal Oira? Dude, I've got no idea. I'm not going to take it. Instead, we're going over to the River Strider because we know for a fact that that might... Or we know for a fact that the place we want to go has a River Strider. Oh, look at its wonderful eyes. Cool.
I'm not busy now.
How do we even get into this thing? Oh, it's got a whole building on the back of it. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Port Tilvan is perfect. Nailed it. We did it. Now from here, can I go southward to... I can't.
Short trip, long trip, you decide.
Is there no... Oh wait, there's another River Strider. Maybe that one goes over to... Gah Sadrith.
The blue plates are nice, but the brown ones seem to last longer.
Is there something I can do for you?
Oh, perfect. Gah Sadrith. Alright. This is the place then. And there's another ship here. Where do you go? Do you go anywhere different? No, this just goes back and forth between...
Go ahead, Outlander.
Gah Sadrith and Port Tilvanus. Okay, and how about you? Where do you go? Lathanis?
Whatever you want.
Now, isn't Lathanis, like, down here? We've been to Lathanis. I see. Okay. There might even be a guild in Lathanis. I'm not sure. Okay. Well, they got enough signs up or what? What do these all say? Welcome. Welcome.
A hail and hearty welcome, friend.
Oh, thanks, Theobald.
Greetings, Lyle Schnub. I am Theobald, a savant and associate of the Mages Guild. That is why I am as popular as a cockroach in this pie on this Telvanni island. Alas, I am totally unskilled with magic, but I'm a capable researcher, so I'm here to learn what I can about Mistress Eldale.
What do you know of Mistress Eldale?
She's in charge around here, a very formidable mage.
Okay. Do you have anything to say about this place, Gah Sadrith?
Most people here in Gah Sadrith are in the direct service of Mistress Eldale. However, there are some visitors as well, who come because of the trade, or to visit Mistress Eldale and learn from her wisdom, and also because of the famed Mazde, which you can sample in the Whetstone Tavern.
Okay. Tell me more about the tavern. Also, do you know of this Mjodring dude? That Whetstone Tavern.
A small house pod due north of Teldaris. Kind of easy to miss if you're not from around here.
Okay. Well, I don't really need to do that just yet. Do I have any topics? Melie and Mjording. Somewhere in Gah Sadrith. Oh, fuck. Okay. This could be quite the task. They could be fucking anywhere, dude. No one even... Maybe they're not even in this town. There's the Whetstone Tavern. Oh, it's kind of hard to miss if you're not from here. Yeah, eat shit. Dog, it's right there. It's like literally the third building I looked at. Come the fuck off. Okay. Do you happen to know anything about maybe someone in particular? New to Gah Sadrith, eh? So am I. Well, you probably won't know where anyone is then, huh? Someone in particular? I wish I knew. This is supposed to be the home of Mistress Eldale, right? Man, I'm so confused. What's your trade? I am a merchant. I sell the finest of regatta steel. I mean, that is what I do at home in Sentinel. So what am I doing in Gah Sadrith? Gods know. Yeah, what are you doing? I'm Assad. Interesting name. I came here from Sentinel in order to establish new business contacts with the Dark Elves. I suppose, I represent a firm looking to export fine swords to Morrowind, and the Telvanni Isles are a promising market. What do you think of Gah Sadrith? I'll tell you something. I will do my business here and leave as soon as possible, and I would advise you do the same. These Telvanni folks do not like foreigners, and that's why I don't feel quite comfortable here. If only I could be back in Sentinel. Tell me of Sentinel? No, such a grandiose city it is. I will never forget the glory of its temples, the richness of its palaces, its unbreachable forts, the beauty of its gardens, the scent of spices and herbs in its markets, and the voices of the people bargaining there. Music suffuses the air, while acrobats and artisans perform right there on the streets. I tell you, I couldn't be more homesick. How can one compare such beauty to these strange lands? If I don't get home soon, I'm going to lose it. You know, I would not be opposed to discovering some of the luster of Sentinel in a new game. Services? You tell me. There are no reasonable services on this whole island. What is someone like me doing in these crazy Telvanni lands? You can get some essentials on the market, but that's all. Rumors? Look, I'm just staying here for a short time. It isn't easy for me. Had no time to go around and pick up some rumors yet. Okay. Maybe I can get some info from a guard? No, they fucking hate me, dude. Oh my gosh, this one fucking loves me though. Hell yes. Shit, they don't want to tell me anything. They have nothing to say. Ilwyn's house. Inner Wren's. It's probably Muring's house or whatever their name was. Yeah, Murding. That will probably be the name of the house. Or if they run some type of trade. Be like Murding Alchemist. That said, with a name like Murding, there's a decent chance they're like a blacksmith, if anything. Right? Let's be a little real. There's a non-zero chance that they are a blacksmith. Not to have the Dunmeri come out a bit and racially profile a Nord. But there's a decent chance that guy is a Nord and that guy is a blacksmith. Okay. Merchant Plaza. Enchanter. Jeweler. Clothier. Fuck. Who can fucking say, man? Who can fucking say? Okay, let's head over here.
There's no time for talk now. Go.
There's a healer. Yantis's Manor. Also Yantis's Market.
Keep moving.
You're trying my patience, Dunmer.
Market again.
Find someone else to buy.
I guess we'll check inside the market. Maybe they're in here running. Oh, hey!
And welcome, friend.
Hey! Oh my gosh. All right, perfect. You know what? I'm gonna do a hard save here. Found Murding and Melie. I think that's how you spell their names.
Well, I find myself in pleasant company. Please share your thoughts.
Hey, Melie, it's me again.
Thank you again for saving my life. You cannot imagine what horrors I must have gone through, and what would have waited for me if you had not intervened and helped Murding. You should speak to him now.
Okay, Murding. What the hell's going on? I'm so glad Melie is safe now. Thanks to you, my friend. As I promised, I have a reward for you. Unfortunately, I've nothing valuable to give you, but I may know something that'd interest you. I can tell you of a place where a perfect sword could be found. A perfect sword, huh? Okay. Sure, tell me about the perfect sword. During our voyage from Dawnstar, we shared a ship cabin with a Redguard swordsman who called himself Roderick. He was a weaponsmith traveling to Port Telvannis to sell one of his masterpieces to some of the nobles living there. I cannot say what attracts people of his kind into these lands, but I can say that the sword he showed me was a piece like none I'd ever seen before. A perfectly balanced Akaviri blade, sharp as the tooth of a werewolf, and light as a feather. Even a child could bear that sword. Okay. Of course, he didn't let me carry his treasure for even a moment. How did you know it was so light then? He had it locked in his chest in the captain's cabin and kept the key with him at all the time. The chest was a really sturdy piece with a hard lock, clearly designed to keep such a precious weapon. Once we reached Old Ebonheart, Melie and I continued on our own. When we later arrived in Port Telvannis, I was curious and wanted to see Roderick again, to ask if he had succeeded. However, I couldn't find him anywhere. Oh shit. Oh my god, you think he got sunk? Is that why you just gave me a whole bunch of water breathing? Asking around, I found out that the ship with Roderick on board never reached Port Telvannis. It probably got wrecked just west of the island, near to the Sardis plantation. The sea is often furious there, and nearby, the deep abyss has swallowed plenty of ships, never given them back. Now if you could dive into that abyss, find the key and unlock Roderick's chest, the sword would be yours. Perhaps these potions may come in handy. I wish you good luck. I know you can recover the sword. Okay. Wow, potion of telekinesis too. Why did you have all this? Were you planning to get it too? Okay. Anything else about the sword? As I said, look in a shipwreck somewhere near the Sardis plantation. The sword should be locked in Roderick's chest. If you manage to find Roderick's corpse, I'm sure the key will be nearby. He always kept it on his body. Tell me a rumor? I'm interested in facts, not rumors. If you have some reliable information about Melie, come back to me. Yeah, she's right there. My many thanks for saving her, Lyle. Okay. Sure, man. About Mazte. We Nords are sturdy and have a good stomach for drinking, but this threw even me off. Next time I swear I'll be more careful and pay more attention to my love than to this bile. Some advice? This is Mistress Eldel's island, and it is advisable to be on good terms with her if you want to prosper here. Okay. Do you have anything else to say?
We shall leave soon. Be well, friend.
Okay. Well, let's go back to the ships. Didn't one of them take us to the plantation, or is it a different plantation? Nope, you go to Port Telvannis. Sorry.
Is there something you need?
About you?
Fuck.
Happy to help.
Where
What's
is
your
the damn
problem?
plantation at? Oh my god. Yeah, where the fuck even is it? Hold up. West of the Sardis plantation. Maybe we need to go back to Port Telvannis then. Because I don't know where the fuck this plantation is. I thought... maybe it was at... Yeah, maybe it was at the port that we saw
it's you.
means to get there and
Can I
travel
help
there.
you?
Yeah, Sardis plantation. Okay, where's this gonna even put me? Whoa, okay. I almost channeled my Nord voice again. Whoa,
Happy
looks
to
like Sardis plantation's really out here. What the fuck? Morrowind only Nord, to be clear. Look, is no one captaining this other River Strider? Sound like a fucking kookaburra partway through, huh? Okay. Can I wait here? I should do that. Let's wait 4 hours as it gets more light out. Oh there, do you happen to know where I could find a shipwreck around here? No? Okay.
Talk if you're talking.
West of the plantation. Oh shit, it's a netch plantation. Huh. Can I see anything out here in the water? Not really. So it's somewhere in this, like, bay area? Is what I would call it. Look, there's like a cross. There's like an X in the water. Maybe that's it. Okay. Is there some fucked up aquatic monster man out here? There is? Surely I've seen the most fucked up aquatic monster man of all time, though. Doing battle with Purima. Look at this! Oh my gosh. It's like a big old gorge, an underwater gorge grotto. I don't know what you actually call it. Here's a ship. Is this Roderick's? Entrenched shipwreck. Okay. I guess we can immediately find out in the captain's cabin. Oh god. Yes, this is it! Drowned corpse. Got a master's probe. You know what? I'll leave that. I'll take your money, though. Sure. I'm gonna quick save in case something goes horribly wrong here. And look at these crates. They're actually bobbing a bit in the water. Okay. This wouldn't happen in real life, right? There's right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just for like fun video game stuff. Right, we're just having fun with these crates. In reality, the crates would, at this point, they would either have fully gone up and rose to the top of this hull, or sunk to the bottom. Not unlike this one. Oh, fuck. Why the fuck are there so many dead people on here? Hang on, what kind of ship was this? Why are there so many dead people underneath in the bottom of the ship? Was this a fucking slave ship? What the fuck was... Why do they all have the same stuff? An amulet, an extravagant ring, 1 gold, and a probe. What the fuck? They all have the same type of okay, this person doesn't. The one up against the pole? Okay, it was getting a little freaky if they all had... Okay. Well, it is a little weird. Potion of telekinesis. More of these. Bunch of glass. More glass. Wow, look at all this glass. I'm just going to eat it all. Cool. And then underneath here, we may want to pop some of that detect key stuff. No sign of anything. What's the radius on it? 10 feet for 15 seconds. Not over here either. Dude, I'm not detecting the key at all. Is the key even in here? I feel like this must be Roderick. I would imagine. And thus the key would be in here. I'm not detecting shit though. Yeah, it should have appeared by now. Oh, there it is. Ornamental key. Oh, Roderick's corpse. Oh, okay, never mind. Why did they all have those probes, though? Goujian. Goujian? Good lord, it's heavy as hell. Okay. It's got decent damage on it. But the enchant is really only good if you're, you know, a bit of a novice or novitiate in Longblade. I guess I'll take it. And all the diamonds and stuff. Okay. Drink some of that mead. Well, that was quite simple. Do I actually have a proper quest for this? Waiting for a friend? No. Trouble in Ranyan Run. Yeah, I don't think so. I think we just helped him out and that's that. Maybe this isn't actually the quest and it's because we got it in a bit of a weird way. Okay. There we are. Well, we could try and go over and chat with them again. But it sounds like they'll be leaving the area. The couple that gave us the lead. Maybe I need to like equip the damn weapon. Okay. Sure. Where were they? They were at Gah Sadrith, not Port Telvanus. Okay. You know what? Let me recall. We'll drop some of this stuff off at our old house. Because we got quite a few fucking weapons. The war spears served us very well for quite some time. Okay. Melie did not want their robe back. And I could leave the weapon here, but if we find them again, they may want to see it or whatever. Okay. So now, let's take the guild guide all the way back. Or at least as far back as we can. Which we might be able to go over straight to Firewatch, right? Okay. Old Ebonhard's the best we can do.
Welcome,
or no, Akamora.
friend.
Akamora is.
I'm all ears.
Oh no, wait. We can go to Firewatch from here.
Greetings and
Perfect.
salutations.
Okay. And out this way. You know what? Hang on. What the fuck is with this guy? Okay, do you talk? Mintal continues to regard you impassively. Goodbye. I will taunt the Daedra. Mintal continues to okay, poke the Daedra. Mintal continues to regard you impassively. Poke the Daedra again. Mintal continues to regard you impassively, but narrows his eyes slightly. Poke the Daedra a third time. Mintal continues to meet your gaze, but now glares at you with a barely concealed fury. Poke the Daedra a fourth time. This time harder than before. He's going to kill me. Oh, he talks. How does he talk? He ain't got no mouth. Maybe it's like telepathic. Accursed mortal! I shall not suffer further indignity from worms and maggots. Bathe now in fool's blood. Look out! Don't worry, folks. I got this. Daedra Claymore. Damn you, Mintal. Y'all saw it. He attacked me. Mintal. You killed Mintal? He was doing the guild an important service. Must you wanderers thoughtlessly slaughter every strange being you meet? He attacked me. He attacked me, though. I just poked him. I'm surprised it wasn't the third poke that did it. We're in fucking Morrowind. Fourth time's the charm? What a fucking world. Okay, well, let's try and get out of here again. Let's head over to the harbor. See if I remember the fast travel gymnastics that were necessary for this. Okay. So we went to Helnum, right? And then we went across the way to the Telvanni town because they actually have a silt strider. Wait, did they have a silt strider here? Or am I thinking of a different one? No, they do. Thank goodness.
He was a bag he'd need kicking.
And then we went to Ranyan Run. And then from Ranyan Run, we went to Teluada. And then from here, we found a...
We make a special trip.
Yes, the River Strider. And then we went to Port Telvannis. And then from Port Telvannis, we went over to Gah Sadrith, right? Yeah, Gah Sadrith. And then where were they at? They were inside the market, weren't they? They were like over this way. They're fucking gone, man.
Yes.
Shit. Okay. Did I save before I went on this wild trip? I saved before I aggroed this dude. Okay, hang on. You know what? I'll load that in the interest of not having to navigate my way through the fast travel network. And I will actually poke and kill this guy again.
Speak freely.
Good. Okay.
You flatter me with your attention.
Is there anyone I can talk to about having killed Mintal? And they'll have something interesting to say.
Let's set aside our differences.
Gindaman?
Shall we?
No. Okay, it's just the one guy. Okay. Maybe if I persuade him up again. Look, he hates me now. He actually hated me. Oh yeah, talking to him about it pissed him off. He fucking hates that I killed him. Okay, he loves me again. Great. Alright. Sure. Well, now let's head over to the college, I think. Should be right across the way, yeah. Are you with the college? You look somewhat studious. Welcome to Firewatch, traveler. Do you have business in the city, or have you come to study at the college? What's your background? I'm Rita Venditus. I'm a student at the college. Okay. What do you have to say about it? The College of Firewatch is the big building, up in the Vainth Quarter. It's an institute of higher learning sponsored by the Duchess and the Imperial Commission. Many Westerners have come to Firewatch to teach or study, especially since Vardenfell opened up. Okay. Sure, well, let's head in. Let's see. Hello. I'll take one of every class, sir. Enroll. How about, actually... Yeah, Principles of Alchemy? Why not? Tedyne Llarom is a master of her art. Wise choice, Lyle. You can find Professor Llorom's classroom downstairs. If you intend to begin your studies immediately, you'll of course need a basic set of supplies. I just happen to sell the finest in basic alchemical apparatuses. You'll also need copies of the Alchemist Formulary and the special floor of Tamriel, which the college can provide for a fair price. Do I really need those? What if I show up without the book? Fuck it, I'll buy them. I got the money. What is this? Challenges? Why is that lit up? We are safe from the blight here on the mainland, and the Telvanni are too powerful for house wars to erupt in their own homeland. However, Sunad Mora does not lack challenges. The wilderness are untamed, and home to ferocious monsters, even undead and vampires, and the civilized areas themselves are subject to the subtle but merciless struggle for dominance between the Empire and the Telvanni and House Telvanni. Everything is hostile in this land. The natives and their nobles, the fauna, and even the flora. At least ash storms are rare. What do you have to say about the college? This is the College of Firewatch. Can I help you find someone in particular, or are you looking to enroll? I've already enrolled. I'm taking the alchemy class. Maybe I can teach them a thing or two.
I find myself in pleasant company. Please share your thoughts.
Let's see. Principles of Alchemy. Perfect. Oh, look at all this. Wow, it's a little cramped in here. Okay. Malpeg Grow Hersgren.
Welcome to the College of Firewatch, bootlegger. Are you here to enroll in a class, or are you looking for someone in particular?
What's your background?
I'm a student at the college and an apprentice of the Mages Guild.
Okay. Oh, hang on. I can ask you about enrolling?
Talk to Marillis Argus in the college's entry hall.
Okay. Okay. Ho there. You're the professor. In order to facilitate the swift reaction of the magical substrate. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how one is to know when the solute can be considered fully dispersed within the solvent. If you'll turn to page 49 in your formulary... Excuse me, I'm teaching a class here. What's your background? What's that? My background? I am Professor Tedyne Llarom, and I assure you that I'm quite busy enough without chatting on such irrelevant subjects. What about the college? They recruited me some years ago. I do what I can to impart my knowledge on these Western students. Ooh, you have a secret? This place has two kinds of students. The rich, ignorant outlander expatriates, and the earnest, hardworking locals. Cool. Well, not all of them are locals. I'm sure you catch my meaning. Okay. Let's see, rumors? The head priest at the Chapel of Akatosh seems like a mild-mannered old man, but don't let that fool you. He took over the city and restored order during the final months of the simulacrum, and not with prayers. Temple? No, I shall not discuss my religion with you. Okay. I am in the temple, though, unless you're saying that you're of the Temple of Nine Divines. Okay, twin lamps? Wait, what? So you figured out the college's little secret. Don't look so surprised, of course I know. But I wouldn't tell a soul. I am Dunmer, but the chainmongers hold none of my loyalty. What? The College of Firewatch is a front for the twin lamps? What? How did I figure... Oh, shit. Wait, what? Oh, man.
Impressive. These clothes suit you well.
Okay. Fuck yes.
Share your thoughts, friend.
They don't have any indicators, though, do they? Maybe they do. It's very subtle.
Please, go ahead. I'm all in.
Huh. Dude, I fucking knew the Duchess was cool as hell. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking to enroll in another class. How about archaeological methods? The last class was terribly boring. An aspiring delver, Lyle? Excellent. The Imperial Archaeological Society has provided us with a talented master of that art. Professor Odonia Hare's classroom is downstairs. Oh, I don't need any extra books for that. I can ask about Odonia Hare. She's a member of the Imperial Archaeological Society, the professor of archaeology here at the college. The professor? There are many professors here at the college, Lyle. Perhaps I can direct you to someone in particular. How about the twin lamps? The what?
With pleasure. Go ahead.
How come that
Well,
that professor was so quick to
What
give
shall
it
we
up?
talk about?
Hang on, what did you say about the professor I'm looking for? Fuck. Okay, well. Shit, I don't fucking know. Each one gives me free access to the tower. I do love that it's the college, right? It's a place of learning. Is the one that's also, like, super into abolitionist work. That's fucking cool as hell. Okay. And especially a college that's not super exclusive. Aside from, of course, the exorbitant fees. Right? Aside from that. Students' notes. A student's notes on the geography of Deshan district in the Arnesian Basin. There are doodles in the margins. Man, I was a heavy doodler. Back in the day. Okay.
You
I
want
remember
something?
sometimes if there was, like, the last question on a test or whatever, not even in college or whatever, but just in, like, regular grade school. If I didn't know the answer to it, I would just draw a fucking picture. Right? If it was, like, the last one, I was just like, fuck, I don't know. I'm at the end. There's plenty of,
Yes,
there's like 10 minutes left. I fucking don't know at all. How about a picture of, a weird little guy instead? Right, maybe this will cheer you up a bit. Alright, hello, tell me about archaeology. No, before you ask, you cannot check out dwarven weapons from the museum. Background? I'm Odonia Hare, historian of the Imperial Archaeological Society. I'm the resident professor of archaeology. Unfortunately, I'd much rather be out on a dig, but this pays the bills. Adunia here? About yourself? Right. You need something? Tell me about Uriel's quarter? I can't afford to live anywhere better. The college pays well enough, it's just... well, you know how it is. Someone in particular? Headmaster Jeanette City is in charge here. Absalon, Tedyne Llarom, Sergius Antelius walks through shadow, Adrielden and Adunia Hare are all professors at the college. Theriel Salirn runs the library tower, and Tien Hazan is the scribe on staff. If you're looking to enroll, you'll want to find Marilis Argus. And now I can ask about all of them as well. Tell me about Adrielden? He teaches classes on Dunmer religion here at the college. About Sergius Antelius, the college's newest professor and an expert in geography. He's a naturalist from Colovia with a particular interest in volcanism. From what I've heard, well, you've come to the right place. Okay, walks through shadow. He's a noted orator and writer, and the college's professor of rhetoric. Rumor has it that he used to be on the Emperor's personal clerical staff back in Cyrodiil. Interesting. Okay. Sure. Well, fuck it, I'll spend more money, I'll enroll in another damn class. Let's just fucking enroll in all of them. Okay. How about geography of the eastern provinces? Professor Sergius Antelius is our newest member of the facility, and a learned naturalist. He teaches classes downstairs, but today you can find him at his house, just down the hill from Vainth Quarter. I'm told that Professor Antelius welcomes visits from students. Okay.
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure, really.
Sure.
Speak freely,
Yes.
friend.
Where is he at again?
Does it have money? Let's do business.
Sergius Antelius. Topics. Let's look at enroll again. Just down the hill from Vainth Quarter. Okay. We're in Vainth Quarter right now, no? There we are. Hello. Got some people walking
Yes,
around.
Dunmer?
Yes,
Okay.
Dunmer.
Wow. Quite the nice fucking house. It's gotta be said. Got anything up here of interest? Don't think so. Okay.
Yes.
Hello?
Speak freely, friend.
Your background? Oh, hello there. I'm Sergius Antelius. I'm a naturalist and a professor at the college. In that order, usually. Tell me about the college. Yes, I'm with the college. They don't make me teach many classes, thank the gods. I'm terrible at speaking in front of a crowd. I'm happy to instruct you if you've enrolled, though, of course. Okay. What do you have to say about Red Mountain? Oh, did you miss my lecture? It was very thorough. The short explanation is, very long time ago, Nirn was a bowl of lava floating in the void. The lava cooled and became a shell of rock, but pools of lava remained in the rock. Because of the heat, a narrow crack formed in the rock above these pools, and the lava pressed itself into the crack, pushing up and up until it exploded over the surface. This happened many times during the formation of Nirn, leading to the composite cone volcano you see today. Oh, are you sure it's not because of a giant blast crater from, like a dead god and their heart being thrown there after? You know, are you sure it's not anything to do with, like, some shit like that? Okay. Sergius Antelius? Yes, that's me. How about Uriel's quarter? It's not the greatest part of town. Thankfully, thieves don't seem especially interested in my mineral samples. Vardenfell? It's my subject of study. There's no place like it anywhere in the world. Did you know the entire island is one huge volcano? It's not just the mountain in the center, believe it or not. You can still find traces of the last major eruption 4,000 years ago, even here on the mainland. Luckily, we're safe from Red Mountain here in Firewatch. Unless it blows again, of course. Okay. Anything else of interest? You do have a lot to say. Mercantile, alchemy, and unarmored. Alchemy and unarmored makes sense to me, but mercantile is fascinating. Okay, how about you? I don't know you. What do you want? I don't know. What do you think of Sergius? My husband? He's downstairs. No doubt bouncing 2 rocks off of each other or something. What do you think of Vardenfell? Only recently opened a settlement and trade. Most of Vardenfell's population is confined to the relatively hospitable west and southwest coast, centered around the ancient city of Vivec and the old Great House district centers at Balmora, Aldran, and Sadrith Mora. Okay. What secrets do you all have, I wonder? How do I actually find it out?
I'm listening.
Do a quick save here. Can I sneak into this? Let me get a pick. Oh, I got encumbered by doing that? Oh, right, because my weapon is super good. This is just a normal storage area. Okay, let's pay another 1.5 grand or so. Good. Maybe they'll never tell me about the true nature of the college because of everything I've done. Because of the weight of my sins.
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure, really.
Okay, enroll. Let's see. It was geography of the eastern provinces, right? Yeah. Okay. Modern Morrowind history. A fine choice, Lyle. Professor Jeanette City is headmaster of this fine institution, and her classes on the history of this complex land are renowned even in the West. I'm given to understand that this course includes a particularly robust exploration of the turn-of-the-century cultural trends. Before you head up to the library tower to introduce yourself, you'll want to be prepared with a copy of A Short History of Morrowind, written by the headmaster herself. Would you care to purchase one here? A Short History of Morrowind? It's a short, accessible overview of Dark Elf history. Jeanette City, the college's headmaster, wrote it. I can sell you a copy if you're looking to begin studying Morrowind. Okay. I'll buy it. And I'll sell you my other one. Here we go. Is this different? Is this a new book? Hang on. Let's see. Let me load up the old UESP and do a double check. Let's see, because it sounds very familiar, but it may not be. Short history of Morrowind. Okay. Oh, whoa. Okay. It does exist in the core game, so it actually even exists in Skyrim land. That's fun. Okay. A rare instance of an NPC author who is named, but didn't otherwise appear in any other game. Okay.
So clumsy, all my fault.
Well, I find myself in pleasant company. Please share your thoughts.
Alrighty, and then where was Jeanette at? Oh, in the library itself. Okay.
Hail, may your adventures be great.
Yes, what is it?
Right, I thought I remembered you up here. Any sign of the Twin Lamps activity, though? Huh. They're very, very careful about it. Huh. Enrollment log. College of Firewatch BR enrollment log, year 427. Adet Rietel, 3rd year, Innovations in Magecraft. Antonius Marcus, 4th year, Modern Morrowind History. Endinalis, 2nd year, Principles of Alchemy. Iririda Venditus, 2nd year, Archaeological Methods. We met you outside. Ladil, 2nd year, Philosophies of Dark Elven Thought. Malpegro Herzgren, 1st year, Principles of Alchemy. Marcus Benelis, 1st year, Philosophies of Dark Elven Thought. Piraja, 1st year, Innovations in Magecraft. The roles go back much further.
Yes, what is it?
Court rulings, affairs of Wisder. Of wizards? Wisder. Bolt of Cloth. The Uprising of Amalexia. Okay, your own damn book.
I suppose the intrusion is my fault for not locking the door. Do you have any questions for me?
Sure, you're the author. A Short History of Morrowind.
My most published work. I wrote it when I was just a professor here.
Your background?
I'm Jeanette City, headmaster of the college. It's a thankless job, I'm afraid. I much prefer teaching and writing to administrative claptrap. Have you read my book? A Short History of Morrowind.
Tell me about the college.
It was founded by the last Duchess several decades ago. I am its 4th headmaster. We've always done our best to change with the times, and I'm confident that the institution will continue to thrive even in the uncertain years ahead.
Apologies, by the way, if you can hear the dear love dog not just snoring, but doing like a honk shoe effect. I just realized it's a little like whistle. She like snores and then goes. I can't whistle. It's like I can't do it. But it might get picked up, right? Just so you don't think the love dog is like whimpering in pain or something. That's actually her snoring right now. She's like laying nearby snoring. It might be high-pitched enough at times to get picked up. Okay. Temple.
A complicated religion for complicated people. Erielden teaches lessons on its history and core philosophies.
Tell me about the twin lamps.
I'm sorry, but you must be looking for someone else. I couldn't possibly comment on such things.
Really? Someone else did, though. Do I have to get you all the way up to like a perfect 100?
No, fuck.
Okay. You just don't trust me enough. And fair enough. That's very fair. All things considered, that's very, very fair.
How can I help?
I am somewhat sad that I can't actually interact with any of the professors on, like, you know, and get a lecture from them. Even just one. Okay. Let's head over here.
Yes.
Down this way.
Warm blood has questions.
Okay, bud, let's enroll in yet another one. How about innovations in magecraft? Oh, right, that's Absalon's. Enroll. Philosophies of Dark Elven Thought. The myriad religious traditions of the East can confound even the most diligent scholars, Lyle. Professor Arielden is an adept guide to these mysteries. I recommend purchasing a copy of The Firmament for basic study. Arielden can be found in the upstairs classroom at the moment. Okay. I'm not actually going to buy the book.
Take your time browsing through my selections.
Hang on. The upstairs classroom. How are you? Welcome to the College of Firewatch, bootlegger. Are you here to enroll in a class, or are you looking for someone in particular? I'm looking for you. Well, you have found him. Have you come to learn about the Tribunal Temple? I assure you there are none better educated and more objective than I on this subject. Your background? I'm Professor Arielden. I teach philosophies of thought here at the college. The college? I am the longest tenured member of the faculty. I've shared my extensive knowledge of religious and philosophical traditions with students here since the college's founding. Really? Since the founding? Tell me about the temple. Yes, the Tribunal Temple is the native religion of Morrowind. You're in luck. I am the most knowledgeable non-Dunmer on such topics you're likely to ever meet. Perhaps you have come to hear the philosophical underpinnings of my famous trilemma. It touches on two obscure texts and one that is quite forbidden, but I'm certain that even a novice could comprehend its core arguments. God, I wish. What do you know about the twin lamps? Indeed, past and present, twin beacons of shining eternal truth. I heard a fascinating lecture from a scholar in Loradil that postulated a connection, unlikely as it might seem, between the light of Magnus and the mechanisms of the mind. Informed by the passage of time, she claimed that the very act of thought could not have come about without the withdrawal of the I forget how to pronounce it, Magna-G from the world. Arielden continues on this tangent for several more minutes before seeming to forget the original question. Clever. Okay.
What is this about,
Anything
Dunmer?
with you? Your background? You're a savant. You have any topics that are lit up? You do not. Fair enough.
Your turn to talk, ours to listen.
Okay, how about another class to enroll in? Rhetoric and oratorical style. Looking to unlock the gift of gab, Lyle. Professor Walks Through Shadows is a remarkably gifted orator. I believe he's at his residence on the bottom floor at the moment, if you'd care to introduce yourself. Okay.
I'd be happy to.
That's every class
Share your
now we've
thoughts,
enrolled
friend.
in.
I enjoy the company.
These are the faculty residences. We haven't been in here yet. Okay. Got some Flynn. Wow. You must be the
What
professor.
do you ask of me?
Welcome to the College of Firewatch. Are you here to enroll in a class? Or are you looking for someone in particular?
Tell me about Arielden.
He is my neighbor across the hall and a professor here.
Your background?
A pleasure. My name is Walks Through Shadow. I teach rhetoric here at the college and occasionally assist with enrollment.
You occasionally insist with enrollment. Interesting. Tell me of the great houses.
If greatness is measured merely in power, then maybe there is truth in that. If you place any value on charity and empathy, the lie that is in the name becomes evident.
I see. Okay. Any other lit up topics? Oh, twin lamps are lit up.
A noble organization. Why are you asking me? Walks Through Shadow.
Tell me about yourself.
A pleasure to speak with you.
Okay, can I persuade you up any and get any more info here? No, I can't. The most cruel trade, Dre's slave trade. I don't think I've ever read this. The most cruel trade. Letter to Jeanette. Firewatch College Museum Key. Letter to Jeanette. Dear Headmaster Sid, or Sight, or Side. Enough is enough. I've spoken to you over and over again about my concerns for the stability of the camel bone fragment exhibit, and still you have done nothing. I've given you the names of very good carpenters who could make a fine display for the piece, and they tell me you haven't even sent a note of introduction. I'm sick and tired of watching this exhibit out of the corner of my eye all day, every day. Why, just recently Professor Hare was showing a class around the museum, and just their stomping and traipsing around the room set the bone fragment to rocking. By the 9, it was creeping towards the edge of its shelf, as if it knew how little you care for it. If, 9 forbid, some fool student were to touch the exhibit, you would not have a large bone fragment to display in your museum. You would have very many small bone fragments and a big mess, and no more nice gilet to clean it up. Sincerely, gilet. Okay. Interesting plant. A lot of booze up in there. Okay. Let me get a pick. I want to see inside of these rooms. Some CV intervention. The distributed soul. Okay. Anticipation, small chest. Overview of gods and worship. What is this? Ungorth. Okay, how about over here? A little bit of money. Nothing much in here. Oh, there's a shirtless man. Chul Nu. Hello.
I don't know you. What do you want?
You're an Argonian?
Yes, I am an Argonian. Like the rest of my people, I have skills of stealth and cunning. I fear that these skills are not enough for the task that lies before us.
What about the Dunmer?
They are cruel and unfeeling. They spit on me in the streets and treat me as an animal. The worst part is that if you are told something often enough, you start to believe it.
Oh my god. Smuggling?
I fear that our time is past. We cling on, but how much longer before our grip slips?
We're getting some snippets of information here and there. But nothing terribly definitive. Okay. I'd like to pick into this. Ooh. Secret Masters Calcinator. Whoa. New shit just dropped. Okay. Notebook. Nothing in it. A Nern root? Oh, fuck. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there in case that's a quest item. My temptation to eat it is extremely high. But I will resist. Of fire ants and whom's. 2 gold pieces. Potion of feather, light, feather again. Huh. The Secret Masters Calcinator is wild. I like the, little design on it. Okay. Nothing too wild down here. Okay. Let's check the dormitory wing. Oh, fuck yeah, cool hat. Sure.
Your turn to talk, ours to listen.
Aphocles? Is that your name?
Welcome to the College of Firewatch.
Same as usual. Tell me about the twin lamps.
I don't know that dish, I'm afraid. Perhaps you're looking for the professor. He's downstairs.
I see. Background?
I am Aphocles, a baker. Morrowind's wick wheat doesn't make the best flour, but I use imported flour from High Rock and Cyrodiil in my breads and pastries.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, Dunmer.
Antonius Machius. Your background? I'm Antonius Machius. I study Dunmer culture here at the college, and it is Dunmer, not Dark Elves. You might not know that, being an outlander yourself. Don't feel bad, I'm something of an expert by now. Really, I should be teaching. What the fuck? Okay, tell me a secret. There sure are a lot of Argonians here at the college, wouldn't you say? How curious. Yeah, that is curious, huh? What do you think of the twin lamps? No good disruptors of good order, from what I'm told. The Dunmer don't need us Outlanders telling them how to run their society. Yes! God, they got this type of guy! They got this type of guy! Oh my god. They got this type of guy. Fuck, yes! God, that's so cool. Man, when was this made? When was this guy written into the game? I know that Firewatch and all that recently got updated and like it's relatively new, but how fucking prescient is this type of guy specifically? Oh man, it just hits different in the year 2026. Fuck. That is so cool. Oh, what an asshole. What an amazing asshole. Dude, I love it. Okay. Student's notes. A student's diligent notes on the complexities of Dunmer law. Many lines are scratched through or edited. Dunmer law primer. Hello?
Welcome. If you wish to
And
talk, it
Denalis?
is really no trouble at all.
What's your background? I'm Endinalis. I'm a student at the college and an associate of the Mages Guild. That's all you have to say. Your trade? I'm an apothecary. I brew potions to heal wounds, restore bodily and mental attributes, and cure diseases. Great. Yeah, looks right. Got some of that stuff here. There sure are a lot of Argonians here. I'm just curious. Piraja. Look, here's one now. What have you got back here? Soul gem? Okay. Oh, you don't have much to say. Background?
I am Piraja. I'm a student at the college and an apprentice of the Mages Guild.
What do you know about the twin lamps?
I'm quite late for class, good enchanter.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's no way we can get in with this on this playthrough. Right, we have done way too much fucked up shit. Unless there's like an evil ending to this.
Yes.
There would have to be like an
Share your
evil
thoughts, friend. I
route.
enjoy your company.
Adet Rietel. Background? I am Adet Rietel. I'm a student at the college and an apprentice of the Mages Guild. You got a secret? The college takes students from all backgrounds. No, really. All backgrounds. She's talking about escaped slaves. She's talking about escaped slaves. Because it's a front for a bunch of abolitionists. Missing scales. Let's see. What's your background?
I'm a student at the college.
How come you're dressed like fucking Link? Look at your fucking tunic. Dude is looking like he's about to take the breath of the wild. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, water breathing. That's that breath of the wild they're talking about. You're gonna cry you a single tear of a kingdom. He's about to blow into his ocarina of time. Sorry. What do you know about the twin lamps?
I'm sorry, I'm waiting on someone. Please leave me be.
Interesting. There's the dormitory wing. Let's check out the museum. We haven't yet gone in there. Oh, shit. I got a whole ass anchor. Anchor of the Crimson Storm. One of the two immense anchors carried by the TEM Crimson Storm. I forgot what TEM. Tamriel Empire. The Imperial. I don't fucking remember. Flagship of Emperor Uriel V during the final stages of the invasion of Akavir. Though the great five-decked vessel successfully reached Ionith, it was ultimately scuttled on an isolated sandbar in early 289. After sustaining severe damage during the fleet's return to Tamriel, the loss of the flagship and a large portion of the fleet was one of the principal factors leading to the faltering of supply lines between Tamriel and the Legion's wintering in Akavir. The wreck of the TEM Crimson Storm was lost to history until 377, when it was discovered on a remote Padamaic sandbar by the crew of a Kayan fishing vessel. Fearing the loss of high value intelligence or artifacts, a Navy garrison at Tamaris dispatched a team to secure the wreck, but found little except a crumbling hulk. The anchor was kept at Tamaris until the founding of the museum in 389, the centennial of the disaster at Ionith. A name I'm sure you know well. Oh, what's this? The Shoals of Septimia. The Shoals of Septimia was painted in 311 by the late Ato artist Claudia Vernetti. Like many ships of the invasion force, the Imperial light cruiser TEM Vasi Hadrak ran aground in 289. The jagged rocks that form the treacherous straits off Septimia. Here, the vessel's first mate is seen bravely scouring the shore for sailors and legionnaires, who survived the violent surf and reached the Akaviri shoreline. 51 ships of the Far East Fleet were lost during the 3 years of the Akaviri invasion. Of these, 16 were destroyed in the dangerous waters immediately off the landing site at Septimia. Makes sense that they would have a lot of stuff about that here. Right, this was the launch point of that expedition. That fated expedition. Oh, you're the one who cleans up about the bone. Holy shit, this is it? Oh my god, it is fucking huge, dude. Hold up, I'm gonna touch it real quick. Okay, I can't do anything to it. Sorry, I immediately wanted to fuck it up. Okay, we got some various bullshit. Oh wait, that's a Propylon index, isn't it? Hold up. Dark Elf craftsmanship. Various examples of fine Dark Elven craftsmanship are displayed below. The clay pitcher at furthest left was discovered during the construction of the college in 380. It is thought today that a Dark Elven settlement once stood on the site of modern Firewatch, though any such village was long abandoned and forgotten by the time of the armistice and the city's founding. The ornately carved turquoise container and lid are of southern make and were recovered in 403 from the ruins of an abandoned Telvanni tower in the borderlands between the Telvannis and Mournhold districts. Such items are commonly used by the Dark Elf Great House Indoril in strange rituals known only to its innermost nobility. For much of Morrowind's history, stone was among the most common materials available for use by ordinary Mer. Displayed here is an assortment of stoneware vessels dated to the late Second Era. The art of working stone has not been lost in modern times, but modern Dark Elves often rely on limeware, clay, or glass instead for general use vessels. The yellow bowl seen here is a fine example of intricate Velothi patterns that mark the signature style of Tribunate Dunmer craftsmanship. The scarab, a holy symbol to Dark Elves since the hazy days of the First Era, is prominently displayed, as are the stylized holy figures commonly seen in temple art. Vessels such as this bowl are often used as decorative pieces, rather than for storing food. The strange carved stone seen at bottom right is of unknown origin and function, though the carved markings on its surface suggest Dark Elven make. The item is thought to be the oldest piece in the museum's collection, older even than the college's dwarven artifacts, which makes its intended purpose difficult to identify. Adunia Hare, professor of archaeology at the college, believes the item to be a primitive spokeshave. Spokeshave? I mean, it's definitely a Propylon index, right? Let's see here. Let me get my Amulet of Shadows, because I'm going to have to do this right in front, if I want to at all. Yeah. And Varian Propylon Index. Here we are. They're none the wiser. Velothi chest. Ancestral tombs. The burial customs of the Dark Elves are shrouded in traditions and rituals that date back to the ancient Velothi tribes of Resdain. For millennia, Dark Elven clans have maintained ancestral tombs to both inter and venerate their departed kin. The people of Morrowind are intensely private about this sacred relationship with their ancestors and rarely allow outsiders into these burial chambers. Much of the modern Western knowledge of the ancestral tombs, therefore, comes from the many ruined and abandoned burials found throughout the province. Long after their abandonment, many of these burial grounds are still haunted by the spirits of the extinct families. To foreignize, the magics that animate these centuries resemble nothing so much as necromancy, but the Dark Elves emphasize the distinctive characteristics of their ancestor worship and despise necromancy in more typical forms. This ancient urn and coffer were recovered in 402 from an abandoned ancestral tomb on the Nedvisra Peninsula, now fallen into ruin. Now the urn too. Wait, there are two urns. Okay, some Dwarmeri crap. Dwarven artifacts. Above are various artifacts of the extinct dwarves, who once inhabited much of Telvannis district. The object in the center of the display, speculatively referred to by modern scholars as a coherer, is of unknown purpose, though it is thought to have been powered by the clear tubes displayed to the left. The shield and helmet, both remarkably well preserved, were recovered by an excavation at Amthwans in southern Telvannis district by the Imperial Archaeological Society. The dwarven halberd was donated anonymously to the college and is retained with the permission of the Census and Excise Office. The coherer and power tubes were recovered in 421 from the ruins of Kemelji and are on indefinite loan from the offices of the Imperial Archaeological Society in Helnum. Ah. No wonder there's not quite enough in there. Telvanni Dust Adept Helm. Chitin Pioneer Helm. What the fuck? We haven't seen one of these yet. Holy wackadoo. Okay. Dark Elven Helms. Beyond the walls of Firewatch, the lands of Telvannis district are dominated by the Dark Elven Great House Telvanni, ruling their fiefs from strongholds grown from local Sadrith. The isolationist wizard lords of the Telvanni equip their forces in armors made from local wildlife. Seen here are two examples of such armor smithing, made from chitin and crabshell. These helms were collected from a pair of rebel insurgents who were killed attacking Firewatch in 419. Oh. And the Kamal bone fragment. Long before Morrowind's incorporation into the Empire, Akaviri forces led by the pseudo-mythical general Adasum Dur-Kamal invaded Tamriel from the north and east. After attacking Windhelm and ravaging much of eastern Skyrim, the Kamal army crossed the Velothi Mountains into Morrowind, where it caused a great deal of destruction. In response to Temple history's claim that the God King Vivek flooded the entire country, this wildly implausible feat has not been verified by Imperial archaeologists. Dark Elven legend further holds that Vivek's counterpart, the goddess queen Almalexia, finally defeated the Akaviri armies by summoning the spirit of her ancient enemy, the long-defeated legendary Nordic king Wulfharth, to fight alongside her. Piercing a hole through the earth at Balfoyen, modern Endothrin, the Kamal demons were swept by the receding waters to realms unknown beneath the world. Adasum himself, it is said, was driven back into the Padomaic, where a titanic battle between the warlord and the tribunal gods resulted in the behemoth's utter destruction. This bone fragment was recovered by unknown means from the enormous skeleton of the general Adasum Dur-Kamal sometime in the late Second Era, and purchased by the college in 392. The exact location of the Kamal Conqueror's corpse is a closely guarded secret of the Tribunal Temple, and unknown to the Western scholars, but many fragments, like the one seen here, are known to exist in the hands of mystics, collectors, and devotees of the cult of Almalexia. While it is difficult to distinguish fact from fiction in the tales of this ancient encounter with Akavir, there is no doubt that the material in this artifact did indeed originate in the colossal body of a living being. Close inspection of other smaller samples has demonstrated a consistent physical makeup that seems to further confirm this explanation of its origin. I wonder if this item is meant to be a direct nod to maybe an encounter in ESO. Right? Like, can you find this person, or at least their dead body? General Adasum Dur Kamal.
Friend?
Okay. Do you have anything else to say?
I'm fine, thank you. What can I do for you?
Background?
I'm called Guy Lay. I am the custodian of this museum. Let me know if you see any dust, will you?
Tell me about Black Marsh.
It is too long since I stood among the ferns of the old land. I stay in this hostile land only to shine the lights into the places where they do not yet reach. When this land has been illuminated, I will return to the welcome of the Hist.
Interesting. Firewatch?
2 lights shine from Firewatch across the land. One shines from its mighty lighthouse, but the other is one that cannot be seen by your eyes. It is seen only by those who stand in darkness, for those or for whom it is the only light in their sky.
Really? Do you think something shows up here in the city if you have slave bracers equipped or whatever? Or maybe it's purely metaphorical. Okay, how about walks through shadows?
My husband, he teaches rhetoric here at the college.
I see. Okay, a fun little museum. Oh, there's a top floor. Oh my gosh. Okay, what the hell is all this? Who are you?
Listening.
Virginius Marcius. I don't know you. What do you want? Oh, speechcraft went up. Who are you? I'm Virginius Marcius, a knight and veteran of the Imperial Legion. It is my solemn duty to guard this museum and its artifacts. Okay, well, let's look through this floor. That looks important. Roscrian runestone fragments. This fragment of an ancient runestone is thought to have originated in a millennia-old tomb on Roscria, an isle far to the north of Tamriel. Roscria was taken by the Imperial Navy in the Third Era 271, making it the first of Emperor Uriel V's many conquests. The town of Port Thonica, named for the Emperor's wife, was established shortly thereafter to serve as an auxiliary staging base for the Far East Fleet's Northern Command during the invasion of Akavir. The Census and Excise Office seized this runestone in 283 from the crew of the Celandine, a whaling vessel operating out of Faerun? Sorry, I got thrown off there. I almost said Faerun. The whalers claimed to have recovered the artifact from the ruins of a tomb on Roscria's southwestern coast, where they had been encamped until being driven off by a giant. Huh. Is it part of, like, what, Admora? Far to the north? It definitely looks like it has real-world Nordic runes partly on it. Okay. Navigational tools. There's a map here. Black Harbor? Oh, Firewatch. Huh. Is this like, the Telvanni territory version of, like, the underground fucking railroad? Is that what this is? Different, like, checkpoints to, like, guide slaves around to reach Firewatch? Huh. Okay. Navigational tools. Navigational tools of the Imperial Navy. Displayed above is a period map of Emperor Uriel V's invasion of the uttermost east. Produced for internal use by the Imperial Navy in 283, the complex preparatory naval operations that took place between 282 and 289 are marked as is the final invasion following the fleet's rendezvous at Black Harbor. While several such maps have been retained by collectors, this specimen is the best preserved map of the Akavir invasion anywhere in Tamriel. Below the maps are several antique navigational implements used during the invasion. This map is on loan to the College of Firewatch from the Museum of the Imperial Navy in Thorn. It was bequeathed to the public by the late Admiral Varys Caro, commander of the 3rd Southern Squadron from 277 to 285. The navigational tools are authentic 280s pieces once owned by Captain Rochar of the light galleon TEM Delise Rain. I gotta try to pick into this. Invasion of Akavir map. It's the real fucking deal. It's worth a lot. Got some urns here. Bronze Claymore. What culture is this shit from? Is this Khajiit? Quay or K goods. The Kathnaquay archipelago is the best known of the Padomaic nations, being the nearest to Tamriel. The two peoples of the Isles, known to outlanders as the Keptu and the Chimeri live in parallel societies. The men of Keptu largely keep to the land, while the Chimer elves rarely leave their great nomadic flotillas at sea. Somewhat confusingly, the two races make no distinction between themselves, and both identify simply as K, or Quay. The items displayed here are of both Keptu and Chimeri Quay manufacture. The Chimeri K created the fine bronze khopesh seen above, while the colorful painted urns are of Keptu Quay make. Kathnaquay, is it Kathnaquay or Kathnaquay? Fuck, I don't remember. Became Emperor Uriel V's second conquest in 3rd Era 276. The subsequent emergence of the Wasabi Run, what a name, and the formalization of territorial authority led to an explosion in trade between the archipelago and the rest of the empire, particularly with Morrowind and Skyrim. Both parts of the museum's Quay exhibit were generously donated by the Kathnaquay mission at Ember Keep upon the founding of the museum. Huh. It is actually wieldable. Ineslian Toro. A well-preserved example of native Ineslian art. Many such monuments dot the Ineslian Isles, though their cultural significance is unclear. Though made of stone, even a close inspection of the Toro will reveal no trace of hammer or chisel, a testament to the skill of the sculptor. This item was discovered on an isle near Cresa by Imperial archaeologist Gira Serunia in 281 and delivered to Thorn aboard the IAS vessel Sungazer. It was transferred to Firewatch in 389, when it became one of the original pieces in the museum's Invasion of Akavir collection. Cape Cresa.
Pudding.
Whoa, pudding. This 298 painting by the Tanith painter Sahar, a veteran of the Akavir campaign, depicts a sunset at Cape Cresa on the northern coast of Inislia. A lack of good ports on Inislia's northern coast prompted the construction of naval facilities following the Emperor's initial conquest in 279. With time, the formerly uninhabited headland would become the site of Inislia's territorial capital, a designation it continues to enjoy to this day. War Banner of Prince Bashamon. Isroniad is the most distant of the major Ptolemaic nations. Unlike Roscrea, Cathnaque, and Inislia, which were taken relatively swiftly, Isroniad's conquest proved a more lengthy affair. Bashamon, the most powerful of the archipelago's local lords, refused to surrender to legions, even after the Far East fleet took Irosniad's capital, Black Harbor, in the Third Era 282. The Ezri prince managed to evade imperial capture for an additional 2 years, waging guerrilla war against the Emperor all the while. Prince Bashamon's personal standard was seized following the prince's defeat and execution in 284. The Emperor prized the tattered flag of his defeated enemy more than any Ezri relic, and ordered that all the crown jewels and treasures of Isroniad's royal court be melted down and shipped to Cyrodiil. Wait, they melted down the jewels too? What? However, the treasury of Black Harbor was never found. Many historians speculate that Bashamon may have hidden away his golden regalia, while others contend that the lost treasury of Isroniad is a merely mythologized tall tale. Old Seishi Katana. What? It's so tiny for a katana. This shit's more like a fucking wakizashi. Seishi artifacts. These rare Akaviri items were recovered during the chaotic retreatment to the west, following the second engagement at Septimia in 289. The finely detailed urns were originally found in the palatial building at Septimia, where the Emperor made his headquarters. While the sword is said to have belonged to a Seishi lieutenant named Aaron Varl, the truth of this detail is unverified, and there is some speculation that the weapon is in fact Nibonese, not Akaviri make. The two Seishi urns seen here are some of the best known examples of Akaviri craftsmanship outside of Cyrodiil. They're notable for their distinct style, which differs somewhat from the more familiar, older Akaviri designs of the Second Era potentate. Both urns were held in the Emperor's personal collection until the museum's founding in 389, when they were granted to the College of Firewatch by the Exarch of the Concordian Archives. The history of the sword is more obscure. It was apparently held off the eastern coast of Morrowind at the Navy Fort Windbreaker Keep for most of the 4th century. During that fortress's abandonment, the blade was rediscovered and donated to the museum by Knight Commodore Piria Tyralia. Whoa. The Stone of Septimia. Constant effect. Wow, it weighs 10 units. Fortify attribute personality and luck. 20 points. It is gigantic. Man, it is worth a lot. Definitely more so off of the cultural significance than its actual value as an enchanted item, because that is complete ass. Right? Okay. The Stone of Septimia. When the legions arrived in Akavir in 288, a town dubbed Septimia on the continent's western coast was made a temporary staging base for the invasion. Though the Emperor was eager to press his attack inland and ultimately relocated his armies further upriver to the settlement later known as Ionith, Uriel V decided that Septimia would become the capital of his new Akavir province once the invasion was successfully concluded. The great violet gemstone seen here, dubbed the Stone of Septimia, was found aboard an ornate triple-decked riverboat captured by the legions in Septimia's harbor. Its original significance to the local Seishi is unknown. The Emperor, impressed by the stone's beauty and vibrant color, commissioned an amulet to contain it, intending for the great gemstone to become the first piece of regalia for Akavir's new ruling lords. The Stone of Septimia has a complicated history. For 3 decades after the disaster at Ionith, the amulet and the gemstone it contains were thought lost, destroyed, or recaptured by the Seishi. Only in 335 was the stone located once more, when it was inexplicably found on the mantelpiece of a wood elf living in placid retirement in Breville. The quick-fingered thief had evidently worked as a scout in the Emperor's service during the invasion, and plucked the stone from Uriel's quarters while he fought to defend Ionith. With the stone confiscated back into the possession of then Empress Morethatha, the surge of renewed public interest in Akavir generated by the surprising discovery prompted the Empress to firmly declare to the disappointed masses of the imperial city that there would be no second invasion of the uttermost east under her reign. The Stone of Septimia was kept at the White Gold Tower until the reign of our current emperor, Uriel VII, who has generously permitted the college to display it in the museum's Akavir Invasion collection since its opening in 389. That's so funny that so many people were disappointed that we decided not to do imperialism and try to invade Akavir again. Everybody talking about how Akavir is going to invade us back, but I don't know. There's a non-zero chance that we're going to try and do it to them first. Again. Also as well, I love the idea of with the stone confiscated back into the possession of the Empire, right? Not mind you, it was originally taken from some poor asshole in Akavir, right? Yeah. Found aboard an ornate triple-decked riverboat captured by the legions in the harbor. Okay. Such is the case of a lot of these things, right? These are like possibly stolen, culturally significant items, you know? It's gotta be said though, although this still exists today in real-life museums, a lot of them are actually getting very good about trying to track down appropriate locations and either returning items or getting permission. Right. I went to the Detroit Institute of Arts a couple years ago now, and they had several pieces like that there, and they had big placards up explaining that, like, these were items that are still in possession by this museum after, like, fucked up stuff like that, but the museum has, like, been reaching out and trying to, like, find out who to give it to, or if they want it, or if they want them to keep it there since they've already got, like, the museum and all of that, you know. But also on the flip side, you know, there's there's still fucked up examples, right? Like the fucking royal crown, right? Like the crown of royalty, and the like English royalty. Well, I don't even know what it's fucking called, right? But you know, with all the gemstones and stuff, the like world's biggest diamond, isn't it? Anyway, Shield of the Emperor. Fortify attribute, endurance and willpower 20 points. Heavy. This is our last artifact to read about here. Shield of the Emperor. Emperor Uriel V was slain in Ionith, a Seishi town in Akavir, amidst the tragic disasters that befell the legions there in the winter of 289. The following is reproduced from Lord Potreid's report to the commission following the war. The few survivors of the expeditionary force who reached Septimia told how the Emperor had led the army out of Ionith by night 2 days earlier, successfully breaking through the enemy lines, but then being surrounded by overwhelming forces on the road to Septimia. They told of a heroic last stand by the Emperor in the 10th Legion, which allowed a remnant of the 14th to reach Septimia. 2 survivors of the 10th arrived in Septimia that night, having slipped through the enemy lines during their undisciplined victory celebration. These men confirmed having seen the Emperor die, cut down by enemy arrows as he rallied the 10th's shield wall. The shield of the Emperor has been held at Firewatch since the return of the Far East Fleet to Tamriel in 290. Until the opening of the museum in 389, it was kept in the vaults of Ember Keep. Although the shield is heavily damaged by Akaviri arrows and blades, the college has not attempted any repairs to the artifact on account of its historical importance. Oh, really? Yeah, it's at 49 out of 520. And you can even see, like, on the model itself, it's dinged up. That's cool. Okay, neat. Yeah, I think a lot of the current day you know, museums and different like custodial services and all of that being a lot better than they used to. Like I said, not all of them, but the vast majority these days are super cool about it and are like a lot of the proceeds or funding that they get is used to reach out to these organizations, I've learned. I think a lot of that is owed to the fact that in this day and age, a lot of people who get into that business, who get into that work, whether you're like minding and tending, like being a custodian of the museum and it's like various pieces that it has, you tend to be very like minded toward that sort of history and all of that, right? You tend to already be a person who thinks like, yeah, obviously we shouldn't have this unless we either pay them money for it, we purchase the artifact or whatever, the piece from whatever culture, or we return it or something like that, you know? A lot of people who are in those positions now are like very like good people, right? Their ethics on the matter are significantly better than historically they had been. But obviously that isn't true everywhere in every instance. But it is becoming more and more true across the board, broadly speaking, is my understanding, right? And I even have anecdotal evidence, right? as little good as that does. But, you know, something to be a little optimistic and bright-eyed about is that eventually this shit improves, right? Very cool. But obviously here in Morrowind, in the Elder Scrolls, it makes perfect sense with the state of the world that there would be all of this shit just collected here, right? It makes it 100% perfect sense that this would be here in such a way, right? For various extraneous factors. Anyway, when next we return, I guess we fully explored the college and discovered its secret inadvertently. I don't know why that one professor just immediately told me, yeah, so I guess you figured it out. I was like, no, I fucking didn't. No, I didn't. I had no idea. Maybe once I talked to some of the other members in like the dormitories and museum, or the faculty area, right? Then maybe I would have figured it out and pieced it together. But certainly not that early on. Anyway, when next we return, I guess we'll screw off and go look around town more. Maybe we'll join up with the Fighters Guild and see what all we can get up to with them. We could go seeking out the Thieves Guild. Whole bunch of stuff we can get up to in here, right? Even barring joining up with like the local Imperial cult and or Legion, right? Which I don't know that we, right? We're barred from joining the Legion because I fucked it up in the name of proceeding forward with the Thieves Guild. We theoretically could do the Imperial cult, but I feel like I should save it for a different playthrough, you know? I feel like that's the case. All right. Until next time, please take care of each other.